we're back at it again. 1 hour late. Sorry. Yeah, I'm late. Assuming this weather gave me a migraine. I didn't have a headache when I went to sleep, but I definitely have one now. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna turn my AC up because I'm gonna overheat. Okay, that's better. There we go. You can see me now. Hi. Wearing my hoodie again. Fell asleep, so I tried to wake you, but you blew me. Probably because I was fucking out of it. Because, you know, as I just said, migraine. Alright. I want to hear this game audio. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, well, I was really hoping today was my last day of this, but since I'm starting an hour late, I'm probably going to have to cut it short, which means it's probably not going to get finished. I just want to be done at this point. How's work going, Universe Guy? I don't technically need my keyboard in my lap, but I'm going to put it there. Alright, meet with Remy, meet with Laura, meet with Adine. Well, I think I've thoroughly messed up stuff with Anna, so I should just go for the next girl, right? Right. The headphones. Take my hoodie off. Okay, sure. This should be the right address. Knock, 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 knock. I'm coming. Oh, it's you. I was expecting someone else. You're a little early. Yeah, I didn't know how long it would take me to get here. Better early than late, right? In this case, we're late. I wonder you never had a girlfriend you give up so quickly. Whoa! Whoa! Shots fired. Universe Guy, okay. Don't drag my personal life into this. Yet again. If a girl had asked me out, it might have been different. No girls asked me out or hit on me. I just, you know, had them comment on my boob size and grab my ass. I don't know what happened in high school. Hi, Death Eater. Yeah, no, Universe Guy beat you. It's okay. I'm an hour late, so you have an excuse. How you doing today, Death Eater? Kill myself. Oh my god. Sibiku! No, please don't. You know, I'm glad they decided not to send you away after all. Me too. Oh, there's another dragon. Looks like a koi fish. The fact that we're still meeting characters makes me think this game is still gonna last a while. You're playing Dead by Daylight? See, that's what I'd rather be playing right now. I'm for sure gonna play that, like, soon. I just don't know when. Because that would fit into Terror Tuesday, but I'm really deep into Resident Evil 8 right now. That would easily fit into whatever Wednesday, but I'm trying to beat this fucking game. Honorable Japanese suicide, run outside with pantsuit on your face. Who might that be? This is Aimee. She's one of the kids I work with. Oh, that's right, because you, like, adopted these children. Hello, Aimee. Say hi, Aimee. Hello. I just have to bring her back to the orphanage real quick. Feel free to make yourself at home in the meantime, okay? Sure. You met Aimee. Okay. So this is where you live in Eden? Small but cozy. I'm back! That was quick. Being able to fly does have its perks, you know. Wait, you flew her back? Well, I am a delivery flyer. She doesn't get scared or anything? Not at all. She's such a brave little girl. So what exactly is it that you do at the orphanage? I'm a volunteer. I help them out with whatever they need and sometimes take care of the kids. They only have so many social workers. The ratio is about 1 social worker for every 10 children. Shit. So it's good for the kids to spend some one-on-one time with someone they know. The orphanage is actually her basement. Oh my god. I prefer the attic. No. I guess you could almost call it babysitting, but for the kids, we basically become foster parents. The older they get, the less likely they are to be adopted. She might be too old to be considered soon. What a shame. Yeah, I know. I'm worried about what will happen to her if she doesn't find a family. We will still take care of her, of course, but it's not quite the same as having parents. Adine, I'll adopt this baby with you. JK. I'll adopt her myself, but I don't think I can care for her properly. Not a single parent with my packed work schedule. Not as a single parent with my packed work schedule. Still volunteer as often as I can, but if I don't, who will? Someone needs to be there for those kids. It's very nice of you. Thanks, but for me it's not about being nice. I almost feel obligated to help, you know? Anyway, let's talk about something less depressing. Less depresso. You should play Sally Face? What's Sally Face? Do you do all your chores and sell 10 boxes of cookies, Death Eater? Because if not, no attic, basement. Floors, yes, but I only sold 7 boxes. Oh no! You're gonna get whipped. Like what? Let me think. Oh, I just remembered that someone died here recently. Here in your apartment? No, not here, silly. It was close, though. Barely a block from here. Right, the murder of the maintenance guy. I remember that. Wait, it was a murder? I didn't know that. I thought it was an accident or something. That's terrible. Sorry for mentioning it. Finding the first victim was already bad enough for me. Now I have to hear there was another murder in town? I wish I could get some good news for once. Don't just focus on the bad things. It's no use lamenting something you can't change. Dishonored. Sorry, Jess. I guess I should be more positive. It's just not always easy, you know? Maybe I'll get some good news soon. I hope so. That reminds me, I've got something I wanted to try on you. Oh, yeah? Try on me? It's nothing too dramatic. I read this magazine the other day and found a few interesting articles. Alright, what's happening here? Using her partial hand, she held a magazine to show me its cover. A rather bold-looking female was presented on the front, adorned with trinkets like rings and jewels. Various headlines gave me an idea of the content within. It reminded me a lot of the typical gossip magazines back home. Is this like 10 ways to kiss your lover so they never leave? Lifestyle, the magazine for modern people? This issue even came with a set of fortune cards. I'm not sure what to expect. Isn't that the whole fun of it? What should we look at first? Throw the stupid magazine in the trash. No, I'm humoring her. You decide. You kill some guys, Death Eater. Alright, let's see. Here, this article talks about dreams and what they mean. Have you had any strange recurring dreams lately? Didn't my character have a dream? But I don't think I dreamed of fire. My dreams are usually nonsense. Well, according to this article, that means you're a really creative person. Good to know. What about your dreams? It feels like they're different every night. Most of them are nonsense, but sometimes I dream of people I used to know. But what do you make of all this? I don't know. Even the article concludes that scientists haven't figured out exactly why we dream. It's a big mystery. Alright, let's move on. I thought you meant moving on from the magazine. Don't be such a sourpuss. There might be some interesting stuff in here. I'll reserve judgment on that. That's probably for the best. What's next? Personality test. Didn't you always want to know what kind of relationship would suit you? I'd like to see a close relationship between this magazine and the trash can. Wow, this person really wants you to get... Sure, why not? Let's find out. Okay, first question. In a relationship, what role do you take? Sub. Those who stand in the way of the duty will suffer harsh judgment. My partner should be the leader. Don't judge me. Really? I didn't think you'd be that kind of person. Moving on to the next question. Wait, aren't you going to answer the questions too? I'll take the test after you. I don't want to keep track of both our scores at once. Yeah, okay. Alright. Question number 2. What is your favorite dessert? Chocolate cream cake. Lemon ice cream sprinkles. Coconut souffle. Red hot chili what the fuck? Red hot chili cookies? What does this question have to do with relationships? Chocolate cream cake, obviously. Not saying classic. Who doesn't like chocolate cake? Here's the next question. What is your dream job? Sleeping. Oh, man. I mean, out of this, stay-at-home parent. I'm with you on that one, but does it really qualify as a job? Yes. Good thing it said cream cake and not cream something else, huh? Are you questioning the almighty magazine? Forget I said anything. How many more questions are there? That's all of them. Wait, 3 questions gives you results on the fucking personality test? Oh, it says here the results are outlined in a weight loss booklet that came with the magazine, but I already threw that away. What a shame. Yeah, I really wanted to know. Error 404. But now we get to the best part, the fortune cards. Yeah, that's what I was looking forward to. Me too. How's that supposed to work anyway? I mean, they're just cards. How can they predict the future? Apparently, there are different schools of thought regarding the use of fortune-telling cards. Cards themselves don't know anything. They're just a tool. So the information actually comes from somewhere else. But where, though? Well, one interpretation is that it's our subconscious who gives us the answers that we seek. I mean, yeah, you just find the answer you want, right? Isn't the whole thing? Alright, that's fine. I'll see you in a bit. Or if you don't come back, that's okay too. If you don't come back, have a good night. Similar to how dreams can be interpreted, the interpretation of the cards is very dependent on the person itself and the symbols they recognize in the card's images. We recognize images that are relevant to our lives and that give us an idea about how ourselves and current problems. However, that's just the most grounded interpretation out there. People usually associate something more paranormal with fortune cards. One of those explanations is that the cards are a way to communicate with a higher being, a paranormal entity that knows more than we do and can give us some subtle nudges using the cards. And who would that be? The explanations range from ghosts to angelic beings. One even involved humans. Really? Yeah, people would say you could communicate with humans this way. And then there was something they called higher self. Higher self? How come you know so much about this? Because I read the article about it. Oh. Okay, what should I draw for you? Why don't I get to be the one who's reading the fortune? So I paid for the magazine, so the cards are mine. Okay. So what are my options? I can read your past, present, or future. What is it going to be? My future. Prediction of future is what people associate with his readings. However, their purpose is to prepare the person in question for a possible future rather than just predicting it. Alright, it's gonna be death, death, and death. Welcome back. Oh my. What is it? The card you've drawn is associated with drastic measures, particularly those with a final conclusion. This can be interpreted in many ways, but I prefer to death, the ultimate conclusion. It can also mean many other things, like a violent outcome of a brewing conflict or a positive resolution of a long-running conflict. As I read the article, literally how I know 100% of what I know. Right. What do you think? I wonder if I should be worried. If If anything, it's not supposed to make you worry, but give you some input so you can prepare for what is to come. And what would that be? Suppose you'll find out when the time comes. Guess that's everything the magazine has to offer. What a shame. You can try to find the diet booklet if you're that desperate to find out personality test results. Please don't. Alright. Do you have any interesting going on at the moment? I can't imagine what ambassador life is like. It's been busy. I thought this whole thing would go by quickly and without any mishaps, but now it seems like there's always something happening. I met the dude that made all you guys, and now I don't know how to deal with that information. Oh, really? Yeah, I figured I'd come here, do the exchange, and leave again, but apparently it's not that easy. It never is. You speak like you've had an experience as an ambassador. Well, no, but doing deliveries is similar. People order something, I fly to them, we exchange the product for payment, and then I go back. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, sure. Things always go wrong. For example, imagine you have 2 deliveries to make and the first one goes smoothly, okay? I'm imagining it very hard right now. Alright, so you get the destination of the second delivery and they actually check what you're handing them. It turns out you mix up the orders, but you already delivered the first one. That's certainly not a pleasant situation to be in. Now you have to go back to the first family you delivered to, whom by now have probably noticed they got the wrong delivery and exchange what you gave them for what they actually ordered. Right. But it turns out they didn't mind the mix-up. As a matter of fact, they have already started eating what they got instead. Yeah. It's not so bad that they're angry, but now you can't exchange the orders anymore, so you have to fly back to the restaurant and get the second order remade. Happens all the time. As a result, the people waiting for the second order do get angry, because their order has to be remade and delivered all over again. And the plot thickens. They complain and, of course, get their meal comped. The restaurant can no longer sell that first order you still have, so the orders for both families are deducted from your paycheck, and you end up eating nothing but ramen all week again, just so you can make rent this month. That is unfortunate. That's why you always double-check your orders, because even a small mistake can have consequences reaching further back than you think. Sometimes you just have to learn the hard way. I should just mention you met her god. She seems to like supernatural shit. I guess so. Anyway, what else have you been up to recently? You remember that stunt flying competition I told you about? Of course, I assume your participation is a given by now? Actually, I'm not so sure about that. I mailed the application earlier today, so hopefully it'll arrive before the deadline. Maybe I should just fly it over myself. Showing off a few moves, that is. You should fly over anyway to make sure you get in. It would be a shame if you couldn't enter because of technicality. Yeah, I really should drop by. That seems something Rainbow Dash would also do. Oh, I forgot to turn in my application, so I guess I'm not doing it. By the way, could you do me a favor? That depends on the favor, I suppose. It's kind of a long story, but there's something I need. You know some people at the police station, right? Yes? I think they're in possession of a map related to an underground building they found. I've heard about that. Well, that's great. Maybe you can get them handed over. It doesn't even have to be the real thing. A copy would just sign. What do you even need it for? Let's just say I'm interested in doing a little investigation of the place myself. I don't think they're going to give you the map. She forgot to turn in her application for a competition. That's what she just said. She didn't turn in... There's a flyers competition. She forgot to turn... That's what? Application. Let's just say I'm interested in doing a little investigation of the place myself. What's so special about it? It's supposed to be a remnant of an earlier civilization, or maybe even something created by humans. Who wouldn't be interested in that? What, an actual human in front of you is not enough? If I had you all to myself, it might be enough. Wink. But since your stay is only temporary, I'll need some other human-related things to keep me busy. Oh, boy. Keep you busy? How do I even ask for something like that? You'd always say the humanity is interested in it. Honestly, they probably would be. Could you ask them for me, please? I can try. I won't promise anything, but I can certainly try. Thank you, that means a lot to me. Didn't know you were interested in archaeology. I wouldn't care as much if it turned out to be just some old building. The whole thing about it being made by humans is what's really interesting. Why is that? Well, the myths wouldn't be very mythical anymore if that was the case. We'd have proof. And that's so shortly after finding out humans are, in fact, real. Yes, what a time to be alive. Do you believe in all that stuff? Belief isn't the right word when you're standing right in front of me, you know? That alone is a miracle. I get excited all over again just thinking about it. Oh, she's getting excited. Speaking of which, all this excitement has made me lose track of the time. Is it that late already? Oh, actually, I have places to be, especially if I want to make sure my contest application arrives on time. Guess I should be going then, huh? For now, at least. I certainly wouldn't mind if you stop by again sometime. Will there be any magazines involved? Actually, the magazine doesn't come out often, so you wouldn't have anything new from them. I could get a different one if you wanted to, no? No. Don't bother. Have you say so. Anyway, I really have to go. I'll see you around. And I just stay in her house. Another free day. Yay me. Alright. Am I gonna keep going with the dean? I don't know. I must have really fucked up with Anna because that's 2 days in a row it has not offered me to talk to her. Because if I meet with Remy, she's pretending to not like them. Because they're stupid. I feel like if I met with Remy, there'd be a slight chance that I could see Anna, but I don't. Fuck it, I don't. She's nice and doesn't yell at me. Here we are again. Just a minute. Hope I didn't forget anything. You said something about going to the beach? Yep. Oh, we're going to the beach. I don't think you fully get these dating sims. No, I don't. Because they're dating sims and I don't play these things. Oh, guess we got our entry confirmation for the stunt flying competition. Remy did. Is it me? Don't be silly, Jess. I've got it right here in black and white. We are happy to confirm your entry into the annual stunt flying competition. Please have your competitor number ready and show up at the organizator's booth at the summer festival. Bye. Well, who cares about the rest I'm in? You probably want to know the date. Yeah, but the festival's pretty soon. I have to make the most of the time until then to get my skills up to par. I thought you already had years of experience. Yeah, but now I have to practice the best routine I can possibly come up with, not to mention making sure I can execute it flawlessly when the time comes. Practicing in general is very different than practicing for an event like this one. I see. Are you ready to see some stunt flying? Sure. Let's go then. That's why you settle for the first guy who asked you. I am not getting into this with you. This is a trap. I'm just not responding. GG. I'm not talking about this. So this is where you usually practice? Practice just about anywhere, but today's a nice day for a beach visit. Water and sand are also good surfaces to practice complicated maneuvers on in case you can't make the landing. Make sense? Well, don't let me hold you up. Oh, I can't just start practicing right now. I'm still giddy with excitement from getting that letter earlier. Besides, I want to hang out with you while we're still here as well. Sounds good to me. Do you visit the beach often? Not really, except for practice, that is. It does make for a nice backdrop while I fly, though. I see. Do you ever go to the beach? No, it's not something that was possible for me the last couple of years, but it certainly used to be something popular. Something other people would do. I see. Sunning yourself can be nice sometimes, but I'm really a fan of going swimming. There's so much more you can do at the beach, though. Like what? You already mentioned sunning. Do you ever get a tan? What's that? I guess that's a no, then. To be fair, you're completely covered in sails, so I imagine that wouldn't be affected. Yeah. Tanning is a reaction of the skin when it's exposed to sunlight. If humans stay in the sun for a while, our skin can get darker. How strange. If you're exposed for too long, we can even get what's called a sunburn. What's that? Well, the skin can take on a reddish tint. It can also be painful and cause dizziness. Oh, so you have to be careful not to stay in the sun for too long? Pretty much, though it's not necessarily true for all of us. Depending on the skin tone, people can be more or less affected by the radiation. I see. That sounds kind of complicated. Speaking of that, I was barely outside on Monday and I got a slight burn and a tan. And I'm like, I was only outside for like half an hour at most. My pale ass get fucking burnt. Speaking of a Saturday this year, are we doing something? Stream, date, other? What? Our anniversary is on a Saturday? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Do I ever make plans for them just to get ruined? You know how it goes. I mean, just trying not to spill the beans, but okay. I don't know. Does it mean we shouldn't stay here for too long? I just have to be careful. I see. Just let me know if I need to do anything. Sure, will do. Said you don't like swimming that much. Why is that? Well, as you can imagine, I prefer the air to the sea, even though we flyers have quite a relationship with water. What kind of relationship are we talking about? We use it to hunt. I see. You can go fishing, but you can't swim all that well? Pretty much. We can do enough to safely hunt and paddle on the surface, but that's about it. If we actually want to go swimming, it's recommended to wear a life vest. Oh, that sucks. I don't think I could go swimming with life vests all the time. That's so obnoxious. Is it that bad? Our wings are made for flying, not for swimming. Movements and musculature are rather different. In training, we can learn to swim better, but it still wouldn't be really effective. Oh, okay. Have a good sleep. I probably won't be on that much later anyways. Thanks for stopping by. Bye. I see. Besides, who would choose to learn to swim if we already have the air to ourselves? Flying is just your thing, I guess. Pretty much. I mean, it sounds as if beaches are a pretty important thing for humans. I wouldn't say important, rather it's a unique way for people to spend time. It was often done as a leisurely activity or a way to spend holiday vacations. That sounds pretty important to me. What else did you do at the beach? Let me think. I got an idea and started looking for something in the sand on the ground. What? I got an idea and started looking for something in the sand on the ground. Okay. With a bit of digging, I found a flat, smooth stone and showed it to her. Do you have any idea what I'm going to do with this? Not really. Let me show you something. I went to the edge of the water and followed closely by Dean. Now watch this. I extended my arm with the best technique I could muster before I threw the stone towards the water. Spinning in the air, the stone bounced the water surface a few times before it sunk to the sea. What was that? Stone skipping. Never heard of it? No. How do you do that? I can show you. I'm terrible at stone skipping. What sounded threatening? I looked around for another suitable stone and soon found one near the edge of the water. Let's start with the stone. Ideally, one on the biggest... we want one that has a big surface area but is as flat as possible. Oh, you're not allowed to throw stones in Italy? How do you know that? Got it. This one is also really smooth, which helps too. Okay, so you need a smooth, flat stone. And the technique is also pretty important. Picking up the stone and asking you what you're gonna do. Oh yeah. What do you think I'm gonna do with this? Technique is also pretty important. I'm not sure how well this will translate to your anatomy, but I'll show you how I do it and then you can figure out what you can do. Okay. Hold the stone like this, extend your arm and curl it like this. Then you have to throw it in such a way that it stays relatively stable in the air, but spins as fast as you can make it. I do it like this. I threw the stone, once again showing her how it subsequently bounced a few times over the water surface before it sunk into the sea. I'm not sure if I can do that. Well, we'll see. Maybe we can figure something out. Let's look for a stone first. Okay. Both started looking for another appropriate stone. I saw Dean scratching around the sand with one of her feet. She crouched down to pick up something before she returned it to me. Here, what about this one? That should work. See, you've already got that part down. Guess so. Okay, now for the technique. She was holding the stone in the claws at the edge of her wing. I tried to guide her by pulling her wing back like I would an arm, but it became clear to me that it lacked a lot of maneuverability an arm would have. For the throw, you want to move your wing forward as fast as you can, and at the very end of the extension, let go of the stone. I'll try. You can see her moving her wing awkwardly. She pushed it forward before releasing the stone, which sunk without bouncing a single time. That didn't work. Yeah, there wasn't really enough spin on it. Let me try again. Alright. I waited a few steps into the water to retrieve the stone she'd thrown only moments ago. Here you go. I'll try something different this time. Feel free. Yeah, I was gonna say, she's gonna use her feet Instead of using her wings, she took the stone in the dexterous claws of one of her feet as she continued to stand on one leg. At first listlessly, she pulled her leg back before rapidly moving it forward and releasing the stone. It flew a bit of an upward arc before it bounced off the water surface once and subsequently sunk into the ocean's waters. Nice! Not bad, huh? Had no idea you could do that with your leg. Actually, our legs are what we mainly use to grab things. It only gets complicated if we're moving at the same time, like when I'm waiting in the cafe. Is she a wyvern? Yeah. Yeah, she's just got wings and back legs. It is, actually. If I'm at home with eating chips or something, I usually use my feet as well. I don't really like any of these responses. Wish I could do that with my feet. Oh, really? Yeah, some monkeys actually can. They used to have hands instead of feet. So they have 4 hands? Yep. Seems like it'd be handy, but I like my wings better. That was a neat trick, though. So what else can you do at the beach? I don't know. Build sandcastles? I haven't done that in like 2 decades. Oh, she's dating herself. She's like 20. You're way too far on the furry scale. Nekopara win. Excuse me. Too far on the furry scale. Also, what's Nekopara? Try to imagine what Dean building a sandcastle would look like. Based on what I knew now, she probably wouldn't be using her wings. Would you believe me if I told you we used to have contests for building sandcastles back home? Really? Yeah, people would build huge, detailed sculptures that would be taller than both of us, just with sand. Oh wow, that sounds hard though. It is. To me, it seems like a bit of a shame to build an elaborate sculpture out of something like sand that clearly won't last. I mean, if you're gonna spend so much time on it, why not create something that will stay? That's actually the point of these contests. Oh really? Yes, people demonstrate their skill in creating these sculptures, and by using something like sand, they prove it doesn't matter if the sculpture gets destroyed in the end because they can just do it again if they like. Agree to it before you Google it? I don't think so. I already have minimum 2 games queued up after I beat this thing, and I'm not beating it tonight. I've already got fucking... When I opened this thing, it said I was at 5 hours already, and I'm like... I might take a break from it for a week to play, you know, the other game. The one I made a cosplay for. Which I'm still missing one piece, but honestly, I'm not worried about that other piece. I didn't get yet, so. I said it was dating sim kind of similar to Blend S. I don't like that you said to agree to it before I Google it. Because I'm pretty sure I've heard of it before. I think I should only agree to it after I Google it. I see, that's pretty interesting. Is that one of the games that Lost Pause was playing? Because if so, I'm not playing that. The Steam version is censored? Oh, I'm definitely not playing that. No, 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 no. I see, that's pretty interesting. Actually, it's not like your stunt flying competition. Oh, so? Well, during your competition, nothing lasting is created from the performance itself. It's all about the experience and memories. You have to prove that you're skilled enough to do those stunts right at the very moment, just for the competition. That's a good point. I'm in the mood for a snack. Should I get something for you as well? Yes, please. Alright. You can watch me if you like. Maybe you can learn a thing or two from it. You want to teach me how to fish? Sure, since you taught me the... What was it called again? Stone skipping. Right, since you taught me the stone skipping, I can show you how to fish. Okay. We actually have 2 very different ways of doing it. There's hunting and angling. Personally, I prefer hunting, though. I can see why. All my girls hunt for me. Let me demonstrate. She took a few steps back, then started running towards the edge of the sea. Rapidly flapping her wings, she jumped in the air at the last second, taking off and flying around the sea. See, you're staring at the sea intently, circling a few times before she descended towards the water surface, claws extended. When she got close enough, her claws suddenly sunk into the water, only to reappear with a fish in their grasp. Afterwards, she returned and landed near me. Ah, she had her goggles on. Did you see? Yeah, but I think my distinct laugh wings would probably prevent me from doing something the same thing. You don't have to do exactly the same thing. In the end, I'm just grabbing them right out of the sea. You could do that. I'm not so sure about that. I bet it's a lot easier with the claws. Fish can be pretty slippery. Guess you have a point. Fine, but you still need to play. Okay, fine. It's on the list for whatever Wednesdays, okay? Or I make a thirsty Thursday. Just kidding, I'm not doing that. I guess you have a point. Hurry up and beat this. You told me to keep doing it. Maybe I'll just take a break because I don't think I'm gonna beat it today. Thursday, yes. No. Thursday, no. All right. No one's gonna watch the YouTube video this far through, but if I get enough comments on this video saying do Thirsty Thursday instead of Throwback Thursday, then maybe I'll consider making a day dedicated to dating sims called Thirsty Thursday. But that's only if I get enough comments on this YouTube video after it's been published. There you go. Or email. There's an email link. I need some feedback from people before I change up my schedule again. And I like Throwback Thursday. Although honestly, I was thinking of kind of making it Throttle Thursday because I seem to play just a lot of racing games on my throwback days, so I could just make a dedicated racing game day. Oh my god, done. Name a number. Well, more than just you commenting, okay? You're only allowed to make one comment. You only get one comment. No thirsty now. No is a number. You're only allowed to do one comment. I'm not going to say how many comments. A decent amount. More than 5. I need a minimum 5 people have to respond. 5. But they cannot all just be you. Okay? Well, you're going to convince 5 people to get on and comment on my YouTube video? Shit, what the fuck am I signing up for now? No, I'm not ending the stream. We're gonna play a little bit longer so I can do this. You're gonna make 5 alt accounts. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Well, there's still the other method. Angling. Yep, angling. See my tail? Show me your tail. At its end, there was a fork in it with a distinct shape, size, and color. Remind me a lot of banana. Okay, that's... Oh, wow, it looks like a banana. This is the bait. Set down near the edge of the water, letting your tail hang down into it. This can take a while sometimes, but there are techniques which can speed up the process. The right amount of movement attracts different kinds of fish. That way we can even choose what we're going to get. And that works? Yeah, not all the time, but often enough. Interesting. There are even groups that exchange tips and such for angling this way. Suddenly I saw her whip her tail upwards, which caused the fish to be launched toward the beach where it landed on the ground with an audible thud. There you go. That didn't take too long. Be very hit and miss. I just got lucky this time. It's not even the kind of fish I really wanted. Guess that's why you prefer hunting. Yep, and you also don't get the nibble scars on your tail where the fish bite you. I see. Though I suppose angling is just going to be hard for you without a forked tail like we have. Actually, we have fishing rods for that where we come from. What's that? The principle is very similar, basically. It's a long stick that we hold over the water, and a line connected to it has bait and hook at the end to catch fish. When the fish bites the hook, we can reel it in line to get the fish to us. So you're using a tool to do a very similar thing. Basically, yes. Sometimes we also use fishing nets. Sometimes we also fish using nets. Oh, some of us do that as well. Not my kind, but usually it's those who either work for a fishing company or sell seafood on the market. Imagine someone like you who doesn't have to buy their fish in the market, though. True, but sometimes it's easier just to get them where I wanted to instead of coming all the way out here. I see. Oh my god. Never been this motivated before. That's so terrible. Speaking of which, let me get a few more for later. Feel free. Oh, my head hurts so bad. Once more, Dean took to the sky to hunt for fish. Well, it was interesting to watch her for a bit. She kept hunting for a while, and I started passing time and collecting some seashells. Phew, that should last for a while. Oh, what are those? Seashells? They're for you. For me? What for? Well, you could decorate your apartment with them or something. I see. Maybe I should ask you to clarify this, but does this have any particular significance for humans? Not really, it's just a gift. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Jess. Well, hunting was a good warm-up. I feel about ready to start with this practice now. Go ahead, I'll watch from here. Actually, now that I'll be part of an odd-fish competition, I need a fancy stage name. Do you have something in mind? Not really. Have you got any ideas? Alright. Freefall, Lightning, Meowing, Angel, Stormhawk, custom name. What should we call her? Her stage name. She's a yellow dragon with green spots and green stripes on her snoot. She has red eyes. She has a frill on the back of her head that's red. Custom name. You just call her custom name. Be my wife. No. Custom name. Let me think. How about stage name? What's the name? What am I thinking of? Stormageddon. Yes. No, there's a limit on characters, and no. Dragonado. Can I know characters with that Dragonado? Dragonado, are you sure? Yes. That sounds alright. You mind if I go with that? Not at all. Dragonado it is the... Alright, are you ready to see some aerobatics? I certainly hope so. I'll start off with a few easy moves. Stage is yours, Dragonade. Missed your opportunity. No. Thanks. Effortlessly, she took to the sky, circling around the area a few times before she started to do a few maneuvers. Oh, now that I actually see her whole body. It's a very pretty dragon. A roll followed by a loop, after which she did another roll. It seemed to be less of a practice routine, more of a warm-up to me. Gradually, her maneuvers got more complicated. I saw circles get smaller and smaller, a brief nosedive, and multiple loops and rolls one after another. Then she landed and returned to me. What do you think? That was great. You haven't seen the best part yet. What would that be? My very own Adine special, or rather, Dragonado special. It's a routine I came up with and has been practicing for a while. Is it a sonic rainboom? Dragon, I calm thy thirst. Dragons can be pretty. Okay? Dragons are pretty. Trying to fix my hat. It's pretty difficult, so I'll probably spend the rest of my time until the competition perfecting it as much as possible. What does it look like? It starts off with circles near the ground, then as I ascend, the circles get smaller and smaller. Once they reach the highest point, and go into nosedive through the middle of the circles. At the show, I'll use a smoke trail using the circles so everyone can actually see me going through the circles I made. That sounds pretty cool. That's not all of it. While nosediving, I do a few rolls, and just before I hit the ground, I'll pull up again. Lastly, I'll end with a few loops and go back to the next maneuver. It all ends up making a neat shape in the sky with smoke trails. Sounds like you've got it all figured out already. Yeah, now I only have to perfect my execution of it. Don't let me hold you up. Alright, here we go. With determination in her eyes, she took to the skies once more. When she reached a certain height, she slowly descended again until she was close to the water surface. Then she started making her circles, slowly ascending as the circles got gradually smaller and smaller. Once her circles became as small as possible, she suddenly turned herself around and went into a nosedive. Her speed quickly increased while she moved towards the water. Then she did a roll and another, followed by a third. Dangerously close to the water surface, and she suddenly pulled up. But as she did, so one of her feet went below the surface. Oh no, which apparently got caught into something, causing her to spin out of control. Saw her people attempt to regain control as she barely managed to steady herself enough to get back to the beach. She made a rolling landing, rolling on the ground a few times before colliding with the sand. Adine, are you alright? Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Looked pretty impressive until the landing. Ouch, my wing hurts. Let me take a look. Can you move it? A bit, but it really starts to hurt if I go further than this. Oh, she might fuck herself up. Ask her about her skate maneuvers. Instant pilot boner. What are you on about? At least it doesn't seem to be broken. Yeah, I guess it's a sprain. Happens all the time. Really? Well, not all the time, but it happens. What about the competition? The injury is going to put some serious damper on my practice schedule, but I'm not giving up anytime soon. I guess practice is over for today, at the very least. Yeah, let's head back. I should have some bandages in the cabinet over there. I'll get them for you. What now? Would you do me the honors? Of course, where should I start? I think it's the joint right here. Yep, definitely. Okay, let me try to get that right. Bandage wrapping noises. Here, that should do it. How does it feel? Much better. Maybe with this I can even start practicing again in a day or two. Just be safe. Of course. Well, thanks for help with the bandage, and sorry about cutting practice short today. I guess you didn't get to see any proper aerobatics after all. It's no big deal. Your health is more important. Are you going to come to the show? If I can, sure. Alright, you might be busy. I'll have to see if I can make it. I'd love to be at the show, though. I'll contact you later with all the details and we can figure it out from there. Sounds good. I'll see you next time, then. See ya. Insert compa bandaging nep here. Oh, conflict. Chapter 5. Alright, real quick, I'm gonna Google how many chapters are in this dang game. How many chapters? Oh, I can't spell Scaly. Angels with scaly wings. Well, that's a comic. I'm talking about the game. The Wikipedia has, like, no information. How many chapters in game Angels with Scaly Wings? 5 chapters. Okay, so I'm on the last chapter, y'all. You think I can get through it today? I imagine you fucked your chances of the good ending. I mean, probably, yeah. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. Today is the day of the big fireworks. Who shall I bring? It only... Yep. Give me the option to go alone. But that's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. It literally, the story forced me into what happened. Like, I don't think there was any voice line I could have done that would have fixed it. I really don't think there was. Go alone. While I was sure any of those I knew would agree to watch fireworks with me if I asked, I ultimately decided to go alone, not wanting to impose on anyone if they hadn't asked me first. After making some preparations today, I set out to experience the fireworks I had heard about so much. I don't get these dating games. When I left my apartment, I realized how eerily deserted the rest of the place felt. They weren't really kidding when they said everyone will watch the fireworks. Imagine there were a couple of designated places people gathered for this purpose. I had no doubt they were crowded beyond belief. While I waited for the fireworks to start, I looked at the area around me. With no soul in sight, I realized I had actually spent my nights outside and was reminded of the day I had arrived here in my apartment in total darkness with only Remy by my side. Soon the total stillness was broken by the sound of the first rocket ascending. Its explosion made a particular pattern in the sky. More rockets followed by the quantity and frequency steadily increasing. Yes, that's what fireworks do. That's what they do. As the explosions battered my ears, a terrible realization hit me. Considering how public an event this would be, how everyone would be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Riza to make his move. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of the fireworks would have also overshadowed any gunshots, giving as much security as you would ever have. As the portal had been repaired by an administrator, Riza would have no trouble making his getaway, and the only one I knew. I was the only one who knew. I ran out of the apartment and briefly considered calling the police to grab him a few things. However, I soon remembered that they would not only be understaffed, but that I might waste precious time if I tried to do so. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad that it was still turned off and it didn't appear to have been used recently, but it meant Riza was here. Still here somewhere. I looked around thinking about where I would be or if it was worth waiting for him when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Hesitating, I drew near. Another dead dragon. Oh no! No! It killed Sebastian. Checked Sebastian's face, analyzed, found nothing. His body was still warm. Oh my god. Riza was here very recently, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? Sebastian's guard post was not just the portal itself, but also the surrounding area. Since Riza was already here, he probably had some unfinished business very close by. Then I got a building. The administrator had told me about the prowess of the generators then. It probably wouldn't have been hard for Riza to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew, but even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. He also didn't have far to go for the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. Could have waited for Riza here, but in the end, I decided it'd be better to meet him underground. If there was going to be a confrontation, I wish I would have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building's entry as it was roped off area that I'd seen from far before. When I entered the building, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since lights were already on, Riza had to be very close, but I wasn't surprised that the building still had electricity, since generators were also powering the portal. Suddenly, when the door was open, it came out Riza, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he sat on the ground. We're supposed to being bioweapons, they die real easily. Yeah. Jess, you're here? You know how glad I am to see you. I wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you the whole time. But talking can't wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here. No. No? What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything until you answer a few questions. You want to talk now? Sure, why not? We probably got a few hours if we wanted to. None of them will disturb us here. We could even get the backup generator as well, so we can send this one over. When did you realize we were in the past? How did you know about the comet? I've known for a while. It's what I wanted to talk with you about when we met at the portal. How about you? I only recently found out. Looking back, it just seems so obvious to me now. I'm not sure how exactly you figured it out, but there's so many damn clues when you think about it. I mean, how could a supposedly completely different, independent civilization speak the same language as us? What was this supposed to be? An alternate reality? No, it's just a different time. When was there ever anything resembling these creatures on Earth? It's not hard to make the jump from dragons to dinosaurs, and some of them are here look pretty damn near identical to dinosaurs we knew about. And then there are also the prehistoric fruits, the plants, and the fact that their technological level is nearly exactly the same as our own past society. But we don't even have to think about the abstract. You just need to look at the sky. The sun, the moon, even the stars are the same. Constellations change over time, of course, but you know we can't account for that stuff. You could have pointed your PDA at the sky and would have told you the time period, including the imminent threat of being eradicated. You could even see the meteorite in the sky and how would it change its position day after day. Are you done being condescending? I guess so. You killed those dragons, Riza. What a brilliant deduction, Sherlock. What a dick. Why did you do it? Do you really need me to spell it out? I thought better of you. After I found the truth of this place, I knew it was just waiting for the generators we were owed is not an option anymore. It would have been taken who knows how long, but I didn't intend to stay a day longer than necessary. You wouldn't believe how hard it was for me to acquire some generators. Some of those dragons didn't go down easily. But who cares if they got back the generators back I stole? With just one, we won't need any of the others. How could you do this? How could I do this? Let me ask you this. What harm is there in really taking their generators when their whole civilization will be gone in a few weeks anyways? The ones I killed just died a little earlier than scheduled. Even if that group hadn't shown up and interrupted our meeting, we wouldn't have had the time for them to make the generators for us. How about we don't let them all die? They aren't going to be extinct anytime soon, if that's what you're concerned about. I paid the hatchery their visit before I came here. With the right persuasion, I think we'll have plenty of reasons to keep at least some of them around. Bodyguards, border patrols, weapons, even as pets or companions, as long as we make the necessary changes. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was just taking the babies to keep. I see, it's not as bad as you might think. I'm not going to just abandon it like that. Only for the whole civilization to be wiped out. Get your priorities straight, Jess. Next, you'd rather starve because you're suddenly empathized with a steak, and you're not satisfied by just starving yourself. No, you're going to let us all starve because you want to impose your morals on everyone. Since when do you think you have any say in this? You know why you're here. What you're proposing is treason, and you know the consequences. Personally, I don't mind if you want to stay here. You know, I don't care about corporal punishment. Just let me through and you can do whatever you wish. You can't do that, Riza. I see how it is. They've told you they need a generator to stop the comet, huh? And now you've become their lackey. Don't tell me you've been drinking up what they've been telling you. You know they have as much vested interest in this whole thing as humanity does. That and you do, or at least used to. Do you think they wouldn't do the same thing if it was their families on the line instead of ours? Their entire world is on the line here. They live in perfect harmony, the perfect green energy source, and no reason for war or conflicts, yada yada yada. We had that too, and you know what happened to them? Then, of course you do. It's such an idiotic trope, you know. Random person meets weird natives, learns their ways, and ends up saving them. What do they need you for, huh? Maybe they're going to be extinct for a reason if they can't save themselves. You know our suffering, yet you will let them have it? I don't care what happens to them, but unlike you, I was at least trying to save humanity. At any cost. We have the solution right here. Do you want to get philosophical now? Don't you think we deserve it? We've had it for who knows how long. Now it's time for us. Not like this. Do you think I like it? If there was a different way, I wouldn't have spent the last few weeks doing what you didn't. We don't live in this fairy tale world of yours where there's a perfect solution to everything. You should know that. Just being here for a few weeks must have messed you up. I think I know why. You got to use all the comforts they have here. You actually don't care if they die back at home, do you? As long as you can stay here in this perfect little world of yours, you have discarded everything and everyone back home and replaced it with this. Maybe it's because you don't have a life back home. I could even understand that a little. Of course, it would be nice to stay here where they have everything that we don't, but being here also reminded me of everything I hated about our world as it used to be. Oh my god. Pettiness in the politics. Say about the solar flare all you want, but it leveled the playing field and gave people like us a chance to make a difference. For all of our efforts, what did we get? A vote that was meaningless in a sea of stupidity and lies. Now everyone has to pull their own weight. We make the rules. You of all people should understand. Of course they wouldn't. They have experienced how it is to live like we do now, to see the world burn and everyone you know die around you. And because I have, I won't let the same thing happen to them. How many do you think died back home just in 2 weeks because you've been here and because we don't have the power of the hospital, huh? Do you think those victims aren't worth mentioning, or do you care about the few dragons I've killed? Our city is the last bastion of civilized society in a world where nothing else is left. Maybe you've forgotten about them, but I haven't. How many of us do you think will still be here in a month, a year? I think they're just a statistic to you. Same could be said about the dragons. What do you want to do? Talk me down from doing this, and then what? It's too late anyway. You think they're going to let us go after what I've done? Fat chance. Whatever you think, you may think you'll find our leaders back home agree with my course of action. What are you telling me this? Because I expect you to join me. That's not going to happen. You call yourself an ambassador? The generator is the only thing we need for our city to survive. How can you even argue about this? The dragons also need a generator, and I'll do what is necessary to stop you if I have to. That makes you judge, jury, and executioner. What a wonderful set of morals you have there, Jess. We only need to wait until the comet has passed safely. Like, literally. You think you can stop the comet? And you need the generator to do that? Sure, and if your plan fails, then not only this world is gone, but also lose any and all hope to save our own. We're so close now. We can't risk anything by waiting for your crazy plan when back home they're dying by the minute. I will not let you. And you only want to save your own two-faced hide, because you don't want to face the consequences of what you did. Why are you laughing about this? Because it's a joke, it must be. I'm the one with the gun and you thought you could just waltz in here and lecture me? Listening to you was fun and all, but the grown-ups must get back to work now. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't stop me now anyway. Actually, I can. I opened the cloak I was wearing to reveal an improvised bomb I had made from a generator. What? I made a bomb? Couldn't I have used that generator and then this issue would have been resolved? What is this? You showed me how to do it, the little trap you set at the farmhouse. That wasn't intended for you. Doesn't matter. You set it for someone. You set it to kill. Where'd you even get a generator? After the police reclaimed the generators you stole, it was easy for me to take one when I was alone in the apartment, just in case. I set the bomb in the ground between us. With it and me and Riza and the exit. Between me and Riza and the exit, he would have to listen to me now. So what's the plan? I'll tell you what's going to happen. You leave the generator and you turn yourself in. You know what? I think you're bluffing. If you set off that bomb, not only do we both die, but you destroy the generators as well, with them any chance of saving either world. You would never do that. He pulled out his gun and pointed at me as he slowly started closing the distance between us. What's it gonna be, Jess? Killing all of us or just this world? Riza was right. In reality, the bomb provided no real leverage against him. His goal was truly to save our city back home at any cost. He would not turn himself in. Even if the threat of setting off a bomb was a real one, his best chance would be at least try and kill me now. I turned around and started running. It didn't even give me a chance, like, to pick. No! Heard gunshots immediately. I felt the most excruciating pain I've ever experienced resonate through my arm. As I kept sprinting as fast as I could, I heard a beeping sound that made me realize I had inadvertently activated the bomb. Whoops! Out of bullets, Riza was not far behind me as we both scrambled towards the exit. Boom! Just as I reached outside, the bomb went off. The explosion battered my ears as the shockwave sent me flying. Collided with the ground and immediately fell a hail of debris. I cowered, waiting for it to die down. After a few seconds, I turned around and looked at the sky where the fireworks still painted patterns into the scars. With one hand, I reached toward my injured arm, only to find it wet with blood from my bullet wound. My whole body was numb. But I could not give up now. I slowly got up, looking around the area to get some perspective of the situation. Not far from where I was, I saw Riza lying on the ground. He wasn't moving. Oh, did I kill him? So I got closer, I spotted the gun next to him. I won't let him find this. I took it with me, hiding it in one of my pockets to start making my way towards the portal in slow and easy steps. I was shaking, my vision was blurry. Each inch of movement felt like a new and harder chore than the last. Eventually, my legs gave in and I collapsed to the ground. Actions you take very early on set what community call flags. Yeah, to explain, VNs are not linear. That would be boring and predictable. Okay. Alright, so my fate is to watch the night sky illuminated by the colorful explosions of the fireworks. Suddenly, I was lifted to the ground as I opened my eyes to saw Mass face the administrator. I could not just let it happen. I had to stop him. I had to try, somehow. The administrator started moving, carrying me. Fortunately, it seems like the generators were destroyed as well. Oh, shit. We're all dead. The flags persist and affect the ending. So this is how it ends, with humanity doomed to fade in history and the dragons facing extinction? All hope is not lost. It never was. What are you going to do? Going to send you back in time. We'll just try again and we'll do better next time. Is that how this ending's gonna be? Fucking play the game again, you bitch. By now we had arrived at the portal. The administrator gently set me down before moving towards the portal's controls. You'll probably forget most of what has happened. The teleportation tends to do that sometimes, especially when someone is transported several times in quick succession. Maybe you'll remember a thing or two, maybe it'll help do better next time. Maybe. I'll see you on the other side. The sound of the portal starting to do its work as the numbness and pain suddenly left my body. The thing I had experienced and things I hadn't flashed across my mind as I was teleported. I felt free. It lets the writers write linear-ish stories, while small actions can either subtly shift a single piece of the story or push you in a whole new branch. Well, I fucked up, guys. I didn't get a girlfriend, and I killed everyone. Oh, boy. That sucks. Use your right, you can write more interesting diversions and not every single choice of the whole path. Well, shit. Well, I guess I beat it, but I did not get a good ending. Oh, man. I probably need to read a walkthrough, because, like, I don't know what all I did that made me fuck up. Let the credits roll and then I'll shut it down. Well, best to pick a single path. In this case, one dragon really pursue the path. Okay, well that is what I attempted to do and then I messed up with her and then... Oh, so you think I should do like double saves and then roll back? To figure out what I fucked up? Like what you did with, what's that called? The princess game? 4th and 2, oh god. Yeah, see, this is why I'm saying I'm not into this type of game. Because I don't want to do that micromanaging. More like 10. Yeah, no, see, this is why, no. If this is how it's gonna be for games like this, I ain't fucking playing games like this. I don't care how many comments you get. Yeah, I've seen the neutral ending. Oh, okay, I guess it doesn't consider it a bad ending, it's the neutral ending. One of the many different endings of Angels with Scaly Wings. In order to see the story's conclusion, you'll have to play through a game a number of times. For the next playthrough, you may want to make different choices. You may even find the information you've gained this time to be helpful. Sometimes you might even notice prior choices have changed character aspects. Words. At any rate, feel free to employ the game's skip buttons generously, as by default there only is one skip, making subsequent playthroughs much more fileable. You find all the different endings? You've seen your first ending! Oh boy. How could there be a worse ending than everyone dying? I guess it's possible I could have not met the administrator and he wouldn't have sent me back. And then everything would have just blown up? Jesus. Okay. I didn't unlock anything in the gallery. Well, there it is. The neutral ending. I would call this a failure on my part. But, I don't know if I want to play this again or not. It's okay, but, like, there's so much reading, and I don't really understand how these games work, so I just don't know. I've got so many other games to play. I may revisit this in a couple months, but I don't think I'm gonna replay through it immediately, unless... Same as I told Universe Guy, if people want to leave comments and say they want to see more of this, then okay, I'll do more of this. But yeah, I need some sort of feedback from y'all if this is what you want. Otherwise, I'm just going to play something else. So I'm not going to say what the plans are for next Wednesday, for next whatever Wednesday, but it may include a cosplay and a game that can be beaten in one playthrough. So, that does also have alternate endings, but one playthrough is all I really need to do on it, so. Yeah. It's like almost 1 o'clock, so I need to go the fuck to bed. That is what we got for today. Thank you for keeping me company, Universe Guy. Thanks for stopping by, anybody who visited. Hopefully I won't sleep in an hour late tomorrow. Okay, well, technically, I slept in a half an hour later than I should have, then I had to take a shower, so. I will be back tomorrow with Throwback Thursday. I do have some plans for that. So, if you want to see me play an older game... Yeah, too short? Yeah, I guess. It is free, though. You know, free games tend to be on the shorter size of length, so... What's the final Throwback Thursday? Alright, no. There's no confirmation yet. Also, like I literally just said, if most of the other dating sims are like this one, where I'm gonna have to have multiple saves, I'm not playing them. I'm not playing them. I'm at least gonna play that game you recommend, the Valhalla, but we'll just see, okay? We'll just see. Learn to enjoy them. Yeah, whatever. Okay. What you say about a lot of things. Alright, y'all. I'm shutting her down. Thanks for visiting. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Pull my end screen up. Okay, we got that. Peace out.